Welcome to the Swish Nomads podcast. This is episode 15, and it's me, OG. I'm going to be your host. I'm joined by the fabulous four who are all here. So you've got the whole team back. P Funk, how you doing this week?
Hey, listen. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Okay.
I won the first quiz, so I might,
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna get this. Hey, I'm gonna roll now. I'm gonna roll now for real. You best believe. Anyways,
How's it going?
Good.
episode 15. We're here.
Deji is also in the building after a hiatus. How was your appointment?
Oh, pretty good. It was about work. It was work related. I heard you guys talking about me in the last episode, saying that I'm missing because I'm hiding from the quiz, which is
Yep.
not
No.
true to all people. So I'm telling to all my fans because I have a big fan base. I'm here today, and yeah, that's all. Episode
Okay.
15, we're here.
The beard, Jonathan, you're back. We missed you last
Yeah.
week. What's going on?
So there's a thunderstorm raging here. It's gonna be all I don't know for how long, but yeah, other than that I'm good. Chilling on some coffee, and waiting
Of
for
course.
for the for the day to start.
Awesome. And Cello is back. I mean, he
I'm
never
never
left,
late.
to be honest. Yeah, it's true. Tell us how you doing in Morocco?
Some people are raging and jealous over some relationship and activities I'm doing over here. But hey, it's me. I'm glad to have my little group back. He's going to be back as well in the quiz. Everyone is waiting for his downfall except me. Other than that, I'm good. I've been here in Morocco. Everything is working fine. BAL is something special. I never expected that Kalahari conference to be that challenging for two teams, but I'm just
Okay,
going to let
we're
you know.
not there yet.
Wait.
We're
I'm
not
just
there
going to
yet.
let you know later.
Is
Hold on,
is
I'm
there a
doing my
quiz
intro.
today?
Yes,
I'm
there is
doing
a
my
quiz,
intro.
but I feel like he's
Oh,
doing a
that's
whole intro for himself.
No, wait. I'm just doing my intro. Please.
no. It's not on the running order. It doesn't count.
Right, I'm
No,
gonna cut you off. As the beard said, it's not on the running order. So we're
no,
gonna
no, no,
move
no, no,
swiftly
no.
on.
Thank
This
you.
That's
week,
not
Thank you. Thank you.
this week we're going to be talking about the Kalahari conference because obviously the BAL is here. We've got our question of the week, and we also have hot topics, which is what we're going to get started with. As Deji, the floor is yours.
Thank you to all Swish Nomad listeners, to all my my people. I love you guys.
facts.
To
You're
all
talking
Swish
pure
Nomad
facts.
listeners, so it's all
Facts.
about BAL. You don't believe that I have a fan base? Come on, it's all about BAL today. So I have one hot topic. I have two hot topics actually, and the first one being the last signing of ISB the Dakar who add Devin AK into the roster. So,
Ooh.
as everybody might know, Devin Eke was playing last year with the River Hoopers, averaging 16 points and 10 rebounds. And the River Hoopers helped them finish third in the conference with key performances, has two games with over 30 points. So, yeah, he was one of the ones that averaged a double-double, so which is a big pickup in his position. I think he's one of the best players in Africa right now,
Mm.
having great experience in Africa and also playing in the G League in the US with in the NBA league. So yeah, that was the first hot topic of the week, and the second hot topic of the week was the FIBA Africa Mini Basketball Camp,
Mm.
which will be hosted by Porto Novo, by Benin in Benin on Porto Novo, and what's gonna happen? A formation, 400 kids between the age of 5 and 12, 70 plus cultures and 15 African nations. This is a big event for African country for the development of the basketball landscape in Africa. So yeah, this was hot topic for me. So yeah, guys, I'm waiting for your input and then to admit that I did the account on the chip.
Okay, before we get ahead of ourselves, I will just ask because my question was going to be with EK signing. How do you see Asville Dakar's chances? One, getting out of the conference, and two, getting to a podium finish.
I think for what I'm saying, it will be very challenging. So if it is getting out of the conference, I definitely think that we get out of the conference because there is 4 teams by conference, right? And it's 2 teams that are going to qualify, right?
Yes.
And in the Sahara Conference, we got Ville Dakar, we got Monastir, we got Petro de Luanda, and Cleostar. Cleostar, which is a new team, not experiencing with BAL. And they won't roll to the BAL. Shout out to them. But I'm not counting on them. I'm counting that conference to put Petro de Luanda and Ville Dakar going out. So that's for sure. That's all right. But once we get into the playoff, that's where the challenge will start. Because when you mix up all those talents, and then if the coach can't figure out how to manage this talent, it's gonna be looking for nothing. Because let's be real, last year Devineke was a star. He wasn't the first option, but he was a star nonetheless. And then you're adding Aizmin the Dakar star, which is Aruna, former star, which is Aruna. And then you're adding also Will Perry in the mix.
Damn.
You're adding Will Perry in the mix, and you're also adding Mahtar Gay in the mix. And
Jeez.
don't even forget all the local players that you have. And all of them are ball dominant players, except for Majok. And I didn't even add Majok in the mix. So it's very good for Majok. So yeah, I think that they have one of the biggest talented rosters in the conference, and then they can make a push to get out to the playoffs. But once the playoff starts, it will be all about coaching and how the coach will figure it out. Because talent's gonna wants to make you win everything. So that's not that. But yeah, third place. If Bilderlager didn't reach third place, that it will be a failure year for them. I'm not even talking about getting out of the conference because we're playing at home.
Fair.
I've got a
bid?
question. Yeah, I've got a question for Djigo. Okay, so you think you're saying that Petro de Luanda and US Monastir will watch you play, let you play the game, win it without even trying to defend.
Thank you.
That's what you're
No,
saying.
I did not say that.
Thank
He
you.
said they'll watch you play the game.
I said, it will be very challenging. This conference will be like very hard to get out. But I do believe that at worst, the Dakar can push for the second place. Because let's be real. I said that Petro de Luanda is the favorite. They are the winning champs. The Dakar is their first time in the BAL, but they have experienced players that played over 4 or 5 seasons in the BAL. So
That's true.
that's my thought process in that. And about Monastir, I don't know if they changed with the players or coaches or whatever, but we watched them last year in Dakar. They fumbled big time, didn't even make it out of the playoff.
That's true.
So I know that Senegal has the recipe to beat US Monastir, and I'm not even talking about Creole Star. They've been added to the mix, but yeah, definitely. It will be a challenging conference, but I know that my boy is going to be at worst second.
Cello first and then P Funk second.
Yeah.
The only
Piba connection. See what it is? That's what it is.
It's
the only way I can go along with Deji is on the fact that Senegal ASVille de Dakar's club is going to play at home. I'm not shooting against the imported players, but they are aging, and that's my concern. If you have on that team youngsters who are willing to play 40 minutes without any fatigue, of course they're gonna be maybe in the top 2. Divineke, Ate Majog, Aruna, and Will Perry will bring experience, of course. But do they have the energy to last against Petro, against Monastir?
Sorry, how old do you think Haruna is that you're saying does he have the energy?
No, when I say energy, I'm comparing him and the local players who play ASVille de Dakar. Because that's
for sure. I can
where
tell you something.
yes,
Last year, Aruna was in the top 5 of most steal per game in the BAL. So
yes,
if
like
you're talking about defense, so he's gonna bring defense, energy, and experience. But also for the local players, you have like high energy and intense. Yeah, so it will be to the coach to figure out how to put them to the mix because they are really good players also, and it will be a shame for the team to not playing their local players, knowing that they have experience. We got one of the local players' name, which is Samba Dali. He was playing last year for AS Douane. He played in the league with three games over 20 points per game in the conference last year. So yeah, I'm definitely rocking with you at that point. So
Pedro?
how it will be very challenging for the coach
Mm-hmm.
to really mix
I
and
didn't
manage
even
the
finish,
minutes
no?
of the
You just
players.
took over. I didn't even finish.
Cello,
There you go.
we'll come back to you. We have a running order, but I do want Pedro to say something.
No, like what Jonathan said is like, yeah, like Petro's just gonna be, hey, go ahead and play. You know, you playing at home, yeah. Fusabas playing at home. They're 1-3. That's one thing. But then one thing we gotta understand is this: these signings for specific competitions, a specific window, so to speak. I mean, sometimes they don't work. I mean,
That's true.
Petro had the same problem because Petro's playing right now. They're playing the final of the Angolan Cup. It's a well-oiled machine. I don't think like Aruna, Majok, if they don't play the local league, right? So they're just gonna go and all of a sudden, hey, listen, here's the plays, whatever, run, just go. And what happened to the guys that got them there? What are they gonna do?
Yeah, true, true.
Is it gonna be, oh, you're gonna try to one up me, like, okay, now it's my turn, now it's your turn. So it's gonna be like buddy system, or you play together, we play together. So this nightmare. Sometimes it gets to, it's supposed to be a dream team, turns into a nightmare team because there's no camaraderie, there's no
Cohesion.
cohesiveness,
Yeah.
there's not, yeah, So don't get me wrong, these individually, these guys are top notch African players,
True.
in experience in the BAL, this and that. But as a team, sometimes there are going to be some teams that they don't have such stars, but they still have, like, they play together. They know where. Like, that's what happened before with Petro. Petro, like Lucani, Dundão, Abu. They play together like the national team. They play together since they were kids, so they have that. They know where Lucani's going to be. They know what Dundão's going to do. Yeah, but I don't know, but my estimation is, yeah, playing at home, it is a boost. It is a boost, but sometimes it could be added pressure. Because one loss, and then everybody go like, yo, blah 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 blah, and then if the import players, the so-called stars, they're not delivering, then it's gonna be pointing fingers, this and that. So I hope. I mean, since I really like Majok is a wonderful player. I really really like him. Aruna, I never met him, but
He's amazing.
tremendous player. So I mean, yeah, but Will Perry too. Will Perry's a dog.
Yeah,
He's
he's awesome.
yeah. So good luck. But then I don't know how they need to fit in, but in a way, since they're getting paid more than the other ones, they need to stand out too. So double-edged sword.
Yeah, you're making that money out to earn it.
Yeah.
So, just a quick shout out to Creo Star. We all love you here. Just want you to know that. We just apparently don't have faith that you're going to make it out of the conference.
They will. Come on.
Again, sorry, who are they going to beat?
People don't want me to speak.
Listen, they're gonna be the home team.
Shots were fired. Shots were fired. Shots were fired.
Teotonio Dog, Angolan. He's a dog. He's in a whatever. Then they got Ivan Almeida. They got Joel Almeida. Sharpshooters, ballers.
Joel is old.
Creo Star.
They're old.
Come on,
They can't run with these young
I'm telling
guns.
it.
They
Oh, now
can't
you're
run with
talking
them.
about old. Now you're talking about old.
Yeah, but they are old.
LeBron's old.
Compare. Yeah, but compare Joel Almeida to Haruna. They're both old, but the physical fitness is very different.
True.
And I think if you're comparing who can run the floor, I honestly believe the Asvel Dakar has the better team in compared to Creo Star. Creo Star might have more experience, as in they've been playing longer. And yes, they have that factor. They've been playing together longer. But if we're going buck for buck, up and down the floor, at some point, that bench is going to be done. And this is where they might have the advantage, because if they just keep running teams ragged, the same thing will happen to the Tunisia team. US Monastir are an old team.
It happened to them last year.
Exactly.
If you guys remember.
So if you keep forcing them to run, at some point everyone's going to get tired. There's only so much you can do before you start getting lackluster. Your brain, the oxygen is not going to your brain. You start making mistakes. You start causing unforced errors. Before you know it, they're making all their free throws, and you're looking at yourself. Why are we losing by 20?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
I'm going
Anyway,
to take the bets. I'm taking the money. I'll be the bookmaker. Send me your money. Okay? You start the bets.
Yo, but hey, let's get
the,
something. Never
yeah.
bet against Pedro. That has the brother
I
has
mean, hey,
has
hey, hey,
never
hey.
Head nigga in charge. Yeah.
never
I'm
bet
just
against Pedro, bro.
no. I'm just saying Creole Star. Believe me, because they got Joel Almeida. They got Anderson Correa. He's there too. So they
mhm.
got
They've
the
got the creme
whole
de la creme
yeah from
of
Cape Verde.
That
Cape
was a
Verde.
team.
Yes.
And they added like Teotonio Dor. He's like
Mm.
experience with Petro Luanda, experience in the States, experience in an Angola national team. So they like okay, they the newcomers, they're rookies, but they're not going to be playing as rookies. That's what I'm.
Fair.
You best believe. Yeah, honestly,
I'm just
they're
I'm
All
just
surprised.
right.
I'm just
Uh,
going to tell you what will happen. So
wh-
Iceville the Dakar will need a win to be the best third, and that specific game, the second matchup between Creole and Iceville the Dakar, Creole will win. That will be their first or second win, and
There
then
you go.
we lose.
There
Like,
you
Adudu,
Okay,
Juju.
okay, guys, we're gonna wrap this section up and we're gonna move on. In the comments, why don't you let us know who you think is gonna win that conference, the Sahara Conference? You've got US Monastir from Tunisia, Creole Star from Cabo Verde, Asvid Dakar from Senegal, and the defending
and the
champion.
champs and the
and the
champs.
chance.
Okay,
Defending
And
champs.
and the defending champs, Petro de la Wanda from Angola. We are gonna
The
move on
champs
to
here.
our
back to back on the
we're gonna
way.
we're gonna move on to our question of the week. So we posed it last week. How can Africa generate revenue from basketball by becoming a training hub for international teams? So when I say that, I'm thinking about what kind of infrastructure is needed to attract international camps, which countries in Africa are best positioned to do these types of camps or have this type of infrastructure, and how can federations, private investors, and diaspora athletes support this growth? So we're going to start with the beard and then we'll make our way round.
Oh, okay. That's a tough question, you know. Uh, I think that's just it's tough to answer this question because so many parameters need to be in place for this to be achieved at some point. You know, having private investors is one thing, but you need to have one who wants to commit in the long run. Okay,
Mm.
and then mm, sorry, I'm just looking at the question once again because it
No.
was a long one.
But
Um,
also, we can, just while you're looking at that, I think one of the things to consider is which countries are currently in best place to be able to offer that. And to me, I think you have to think about the big basketball nations. So Egypt, Tunisia, Senegal, um, at- Rwanda, I would say is
Nigeria,
probably
probably.
best. Nigeria, no, because they still don't even have a national stadium yet. So let's
No,
kick
no,
them out.
no.
Sorry, let me
okay.
rephrase. We have a national stadium. It's just not fit
Mhm.
for purpose. Sorry, before the Nigerians come for me. I'm not saying we don't have one. We do,
You like
but
Ghana?
hey, listen, I've been in there. The ceiling is leaking. What are we doing? Remember, we hosted the what is was it not the pre OQT or that OQT in Africa? It wasn't hosted in
Yeah.
our stadium. It was in a hotel. They
Hmm.
built a basketball court in a hotel.
Hmm.
It's not that
Wow.
we can't make things happen. I'm just saying, if we're looking to make money from training camps, which is what Spain does, Portugal does it, Greece does it, they all have these spaces where teams can come, bring 30 or 40 players, bring coaches, and they run their sets before they go to a tournament. Africa has so much space. Why are
True.
we not capitalizing on that? And if anything, if we're going to build these things, this would be the time when we're all thinking about how the planet is being affected by global warming. Africa is blessed with sunshine. So why aren't we building places that take solar power? Like that would be like, I'm not saying it's the easiest thing to do, but it's an option that means it's beneficial for everybody involved. And you're building on these vast pieces of land that already have nothing on them anyway. The beard, let's go back to you.
Okay, so first thing, you need infrastructures, but not so many countries have these. Ah, my God, my
Technical
my camera
difficulties.
is my camera is as tired as me. So yeah, I was saying, yeah, we need more infrastructures. Having the Kigali Arena is state of the art structure and all that. But to have other countries adopt the same concept is rather difficult because not all countries are willing to invest in these. So how can they generate the money if they don't have money to invest in the first place?
Hmm,
Okay,
that's a
I
good
remember
question.
back then. I remember in 2017, I was when Mauritius hosted the under 16 Afrobasket. I was talking to someone, and he said, you have a better arena than we have in our country. I think it was someone from Mali, okay, and Mali went on to win the tournament. So it, I think it's a question of how you exploit what you have already at home first. You use
Hmm,
what you have already, and then from that you can try to push to have better infrastructures, and then things will follow. I guess.
okay. Cello?
All right. So thank you again for letting me for letting me speak. At least I will tell exactly what I have in mind. So I have 2 points. The first point is about the love of sports, of the understanding of sports business in emerging countries. Most of those emerging countries are in Africa, and we have examples. They've been led by leadership. We talked about last week. Uh, they've been led by leadership, and then the love of the game. Talking about the love of the game, the best example is Mali. As I told you before, they know how to scout players and invest in them by training them by the age of 10 and under 10. They do. What we know today is like the NCAA, those high school championship in the US. But you need to understand that in Mali, they do the same. They
Hmm,
don't have any mean to promote those championships, but they're doing exactly the same. And this is the reason why they've been dominating under 16, under 18.
hmm.
And the
But
best,
sorry,
yeah,
just quickly, but how does that translate into them having the infrastructure? Because clearly they have
yeah,
the system. They understand the
yes,
system. But how
yes.
does that then how do they make money from that, let's say?
Okay. Um, to finish the first point, which is the love of the game, they people, I mean, in the government and the Ministry of Sports, understand now the the positive impact that Mali basketball has in their country. As a result, they now building an arena out of the good results. That's the first option I'm coming from. And now answering your question is that again we do have Rwanda, we do have South Sudan, we do have North African countries. They need to understand like the Ministry of Sports or people that are involved in the sports industry in the sports industry in Africa needs to make themselves understood in such a way that sports for Africans is one of the major way to go to lead to freedom. Because I'm telling you guys, for sure, in the years to come, we can make a living out of sports, and it's not only I'm working in the office. We have been blessed with the environment, the nature, and the physical attributes. Why don't we understand and make ourselves grow or train those people who are loving the game? And it's not about basketball, it's not about soccer, because I still don't understand why soccer is more promoted in Africa compared to athleticism in East African countries, where we are talked a lot about. Kenya, Sudan, Ethiopia, all of those countries are really good in athleticism. But tell me if you see any facilities that can help the next generation to keep their flags high in the world of the Olympic Games, for instance. So, I mean, for me, we don't understand the value of sports for Africans, and that's the number one issue that we need to resolve. And to answer this is to take the example of Rwanda, one of the smallest country in Africa, which is now gathering millions of Africans in their own country to see the BAL, for example, to see the Afro baskets. They're gonna host under 16 for the next 4 years.
Oh wow, really?
Yes,
That's crazy. I
yes.
mean,
So
you know what's good about that is sorry, I didn't mean to cut you, but just
yeah,
so people understand how the process is for hosting a competition is, for example, a FIBA will say we have X competition happening, and then different countries will come and put in their bids and their proposals to host, but they have to show how they're going to do it. They have to show they're working out, as we say. How much money are you going to invest? How are you going to do the live streaming? What sponsorship can you get? If what's the arena going to look like? Where's the if the teams are playing, where are the teams training? What hotels are you going to use? All of that stuff comes into play when you do your bid for hosting. The biggest problem FIBA Africa has is people don't want to host over and over again, or they only want to host men's Afrobasket. They don't want to host any women's competitions. They don't want to host any youth competitions. So to hear that Rwanda has put like 4 years in place to say I'm going to host this competition for 4 years, that's a really big achievement because it's
yes,
it's showing a commitment to the sport, and
and then
hopefully
to
other people
precise,
will see that and then
mhm.
jump in.
Yes, to precise. When I say 4 years, it's just like there's two edition in four
Yes,
years.
of course, yeah.
So yes, so but going back to back like this, it's a huge investment. It's a huge investment, and at the end of the day, the interest of building, like talking about the social aspects, building arenas or facilities that can help a country, is that the youth have something to lead on positively. They won't rely anymore on drugs, sex, alcohol. You see those youth issues that Africa is dealing with.
Mhm.
So if you do have a basketball court in your neighborhood, that's I mean, you just have a basketball. You just have a space where you can just play the game. It occupies the girl or the boy to play the game and understand exactly what they are doing. For sure they will have mentors. For sure they will have clubs, and they will have any equipment that they need. For a parent, it's quite easy to just purchase a basketball and shoes. But going beyond that, like for instance, I see that my little brother is good at bouncing the ball and making some shots. Why don't I think about putting him in an academy, for instance, or showing him exactly how basketball is played? Because I used to be a professional player. So you spend time with family, you grow, you are growing in the right way because you're taking care of your body as a youth. You understand values of the sports, which is community and play among several differences. And on the bigger stage, like the government or the society or the country as a whole will see that the youth have something to grow, and that will beneficiate for sure in the years to come. Like you said, the best example, South Sudanese, which will come back to the country, and then they will say, "Yeah, I know how to create courts. I know how I can take temperature of the court. I know how I can manage players. I know how to do equipment or basketball operations. All of those things in that same field can can assure the future of the sports, if it is football or soccer or basketball or athleticism, because at the end of the day, we're just gonna help each other as a country to show the best example, and then in the years to come, we're gonna have great competition. We're gonna have youth that knows that they want to do and that they want and what they want to achieve.
Awesome. All right, let's move to Deji.
Yeah, I can jump in
Yeah.
a very.
Okay. Can you tell me, my specific question to you is, how do we attract international teams to our countries?
That's a very good question. How we should to attract international team into the country. That's a really good question. I think that we discussed about it in some of the episodes when we were talking about infrastructure and the growth of basketball in Africa and in general, and how to be attractive to other countries and then to bring investment towards basketball. First of all, I think there is a level of interest that you have to build in the country. Let's put it that way. Having infrastructures only can't help you bringing value or investment or interest in the basketball land. Let's take an example. South Africa. I think South Africa has all of the biggest infrastructure related to basketball, as in court,
Facts.
facilities, and whatever. But I think Pedro was saying it. South Africa is not a basketball country.
True.
It's more of a rugby. It's more of a soccer country. So there is not a level of interest that people are bringing in the basketball. So you have all those infrastructures, but they are not like a proper league. They are not run correctly. People are not showing interest in the basketball. So it's hard for you to bring people interest and then to bring investors into the game because your population do not even have interest in the game. So first thing first, I think bringing interest is something important to have, and then building infrastructures. I mean, having proper facilities and building infrastructures. There is one model that I wanted to share that can help a country elevate towards the international regard of people. Let's say that you are in your country. Let's take an example of a country like Senegal, for example, because this is where I live. We have a basketball academy, which name is SID Academy, the SID Academy
Seed.
program.
Yep.
We have a kid that came from the state academic program. His name is Nongo. I don't know if you guys know him. He did a great NCAA tournament.
Oh,
So
nice.
you have a lot of kids that coming into the state academic program. And then to build the state academic program, I mean, there is an investment to be made. Shout out to Gallo who made that investment because
Yeah.
it's a big academy where you can like it's a school study and hoop program that you have to study and then to hoop. If you're good, you're going overseas. If you're not, I mean, you can also make it. Even Jean-Jacques Boissy is a product of State Academy.
Yeah.
So you know those type of models work. So in Africa, why not should we replicate this type of model? I think this is the interest kind of let's say that Senegal have ahead a little bit of other countries because we have state academy, the NBA academy itself. It's based in Senegal at Sali,
Yes.
and then you have that big arena. Even though anybody is using it, I mean, it's still we're still playing it in the BL. So yeah, it is to bring interest to people, to show the storytellings that your people get out from the basketball ecosystem, made it out, and then definitely yeah, look at that big arena. That's the difference between Senegal and Rwanda, and I think that's 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 where Rwanda will take over any other countries because they build an arena and people are playing it. You look at the content that going out of the Rwandan league, and you compare it to the content that going on any other African leagues. You kind of feel the difference because they put in the work, they put in an invest, and this can help and also bring more investor into the country,
Yes.
bring also more interest into the population. Says, hey, this is cool, and then to the people to market. Oh, you can make money out of it. Oh, sure, I can make money out of it. So you gotta work your ass off. So yeah, those are models that we should replicate, create more hubs, having more infrastructures, and also bringing interest to the sport to the population in Africa.
And just before P Funk jumps in, I will say this: the reason why the Rwanda program was also really successful is they built an arena in a place that's easily accessible. If you go
True.
to Kigali, it's very easy to make your way to the arena. It's in a central point. And also, they're building a football stadium as well, which is next to the arena. So they really did think about, like, if we want people to come, we need to make it accessible for people to come to this place. And I think that's a big difference between Kigali Arena and Dakar Arena, because Dakar Arena is very far from people.
True, true,
It's not an
true,
easy place for you to get to. And that's
true.
why maybe where in Kigali Arena you have the Rwandan League, men and women, week in, week out. I think
Yeah.
it's very difficult to do that in Dakar Arena because people are not going to travel that far week in, week out. And it's about strategy, it's about planning. If you're going to do something like this, it feels like Rwanda sat down and said, what is our 10, 15-year plan? And they executed, or they're in the process of executing it. And it's exactly what you said. When you look at social media, the stuff coming out of Kigali Arena, week in, week out, it makes you want to go there and watch. P Funk, over to you. Tell us how we can make money from these international people.
Because okay, I have a little misunderstanding. Are we talking about international camps, having camps,
Yes.
like, or having like national teams going and practicing
I think both.
let's say,
I think both, because to me, I feel like a lot of teams spend a lot of money going abroad to do that, not just paying in the facilities abroad, but the flights, the accommodation, all of that stuff. So if we're willing to spend that money that way, how can we attract it the other way?
I mean, I will talk about my country in particular because I don't know now, but like a couple of years ago, Luanda was voted the most expensive city in the world.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it was voted the most expensive city in the world. But they had it like for expats, but it's not for expats. The expats get everything paid for. It's for us, for normal day-to-day Angolan citizens. They have to go buy because it was all this oil money that you would go and rent were like through the roof, and then everything was paid for with oil money. But then, boom, oil money. The oil price went down. And there's a financial crisis till now. But my question is, Digi said South Africa is well equipped with everything, hotels but then where do they play the U18? They played in a little school. The second, not the group phase, everything was good, but then the classification at the end, they were playing as little. I think it was a university thing.
Yeah.
They didn't even have streaming capabilities. The games weren't streamed.
Yep.
And then, so what does it mean? It's not a basketball country. Yes, it's not. They do have the infrastructure. They have the athletes. Once they put it together, it's over for the rest of Africa.
Oh, you think so?
Once they get it, once they get all these Zulu warriors turning into point guard, come on. Now I'm telling you, because it's just because right now they're playing football, they're playing rugby, they're playing cricket or whatever, or they're just pretty much doing like dancing.
Not dancing. It's true. They're very good. You see them on IG, right? The whole school, and they're just like, I'm telling you, it makes me want to be South African.
It's not even that. They have this thing like they start running, go like, yo, they run like this, They was like, I was like, yo, these people they mean business. But what I'm saying is this: Africa right now, let's do a little brainstorm,
Okay.
right? How many African national teams are coached by international coaches, European coaches?
If I think of the 20,
probably like 80%.
No, it's not 80. I would. If you're thinking men and women or just men.
Let's just take the example of AfroBasket 2021.
Women. Let's do the women's teams.
Oh, because 12. So 12 teams.
Okay, so Nigeria is coached by and she's Nigerian, whether she's born somewhere else or not. She's Nigerian.
Yeah, true.
Second place team was Mali.
Senegal.
Oh, sorry, Senegal was coached by a Senegalese man. Yes or no? Okay. Yes. Third place team was Mali, coached by
Malian coach.
Mali coach.
Local,
Fourth place team is Rwanda, coached by
Senegalese, right?
Sheikh
Wasn't Senegalese?
coach. Okay.
Sheikh Saw.
So, I mean, that's just the first four. Then Uganda was coached by an international coach. I agree.
Yep.
Mozambique.
But I think men is more. Yeah, men.
But if we're
If you
taking
think
if
about
we're taking it as a whole, it's not 80% because if you add that let's say the
the
12
women, yeah,
teams from
true,
You can
true.
just
um
have a 60-40 thing.
maybe I would say 60-40. I think especially in the women's game, they do better to
Yeah,
have coaches from the continent.
but also if you realize that there's a huge discrepancy is what's being paid and invested in the men's program and the women's program.
Agreed.
Unfortunately, it is because let's give it Angola for a reason. The Angolan team goes a training camp for like 2 months. They go to Portugal. They travel to Serbia. They go to Spain. They went out. The women's team didn't do. They play with some local boys
That's
at
crazy.
home. You know, there's a huge discrepancy. And then the second thing is, uh, if you keep doing it, right, taking like okay, now 'cause since there's so many Angolans playing abroad, the guys that are abroad they stay there, and the guys that they local players they go right. But then my question is, why don't you invest in your hotel industry? Because these teams that come in, go in there, you got to go have a training camp, like bring those players. Don't leave them in Angola. Go to the Luanda. Go to the province. Go to to a province, and then make sure you develop their province. The open practices for players to go for fans to go and watch. Certain teams you mentioned, certain countries you mentioned, Spain and Portugal, they do that. But for football,
Yeah.
the weather's nice. The weather's nice. Yeah, there's a winter break. A lot of these European countries they stop playing during the harsh winter, right? German teams they go to Portugal and practice over there. British teams. British, I don't know if they know, but like I know Germany, they go to Portugal a lot. In baseball, they go to the Dominican. Do
Yeah.
these training camps. They do it in the Dominican because they have the adequate infrastructure already in place, and then it's a money
So
making
can
thing.
I ask a question?
Unfortunately,
Why can't you use
yeah,
a
yeah.
university? Because a university will have a basketball court and it has dorm rooms. So like when I was at uni, we don't stay during the summer. So you stay during
Oh,
term time and then you go home. So your room is done. It's empty. You take all of your stuff.
you
The
mean
uni can rent that
your
out.
university?
Yeah, my
you
university.
mean your universities? Because our universities they don't. I mean,
Oh, they don't
listen.
do that?
I mean, no, they don't. I know one. I know one in Angola. It's called Isptek. Is where Petro plays. Plays and yeah, practices. Yeah, they do have, but I don't think they have dorms. I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know. Because I don't know. It's. I think there's a European concept, European and American concept.
okay.
But like, because over there, you could do it like on an off season, or doing like in Spain. Spain they have a Ciudad de Football and they rent, not even for international thing, for corporate events. You want to do team bonding, do whatever. Go over there, play. You can rent Raul Gonzalez room, Iker Casillas room. You can do that. But in order for that to happen, you need to go and think 10 years ahead.
Mm,
Don't think now, what am I going to do now? Because some of these people are, oh, I might not be the president of the federation in 10 years.
yeah.
So why am I going to go and invest? I'm going to do it now. But, and then you mentioned what countries are prepared. Yeah, South Africa, Rwanda,
Yeah.
obviously. Maybe some of these, I think one country that no one talks about, Equatorial Guinea,
Really?
they have the most, oh my goodness. They have the most amazing infrastructure. Unfortunately, they don't really care about basketball. They don't. They do not care about basketball. Because if they did, they'd be a force to be reckoned with. And then, Mike, Angola could do it. We did it before. We hosted tournaments, but the fact that our I don't know, our economy is very, like, the prices are really really high. I don't think other. I don't think, why would a European country go and spend three times that it can spend somewhere else in Africa? They can go to Portugal, they can go to Spain, they can do it inside their own borders. Yeah.
No, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I think for me, when I think about national teams doing training camps or just spending money internationally, one of the things I think about is, well, they're happy to spend that money, right? They know they're going to spend that money, and
Yeah.
technically, it would be cheaper for them to spend that money in Africa because even if you're flying to Germany or whatever, the price you're paying to rent the courts and everything in Germany, you're not going to pay that same price in Angola,
True.
in Rwanda, in South Africa. But I agree with what everybody is saying. None of these countries have that structure. None of that. I literally just said, but universities could do it, and you all laughed because your
Your
universities,
university.
my university and your university are not the same. so,
I know.
so yeah,
I know.
I unfortunately there is a long way to go for us to make money that way, because I do think like federations, sports ministries, universities, it's an earner. It's a, like Marcel said, basketball can provide jobs not just for the players but for so many people around the sport. But you
Hmm.
need to have a strategy. You need to be thinking 10 years, not 2 years. So
Yeah.
hopefully some important people are listening to this public service announcement.
Let's
And
go, Rwanda. Let's go for the best plan for every country. Go. I got
yes,
my thumbs up.
but now he said South Africa, I'm thinking about it, because South Africa does really have everything you would want. Like,
They have
Yeah.
everything.
they
I
just
mean,
need to get it together.
they did the hardest thing to do to have the infrastructures. That's the hardest thing to
Patiently waiting for OG to invest.
Me? Jeez. Let me keep my millions to myself for a second, please. All right, we're gonna move on now to talk about something. To talk about something Marcel has been itching to tell us. You have 10 minutes. The floor is yours. Give us a BAL update.
have. BL expert, bless us, please.
Someone wants to hire me, yeah?
Villa
Tell me.
connections here. Strong here.
Oh, come on. All right,
How
all
about
right.
how about you start by, so for people like me who have missed the last, I think, 2 days, um,
Yep.
tell me what's happening. Who's high? Who's low? Who's meeting expectations? Hit me.
All right. So for those who don't know, a quick intro is that BAL, if you want, is like the Champions League of basketball in Africa. So this year we're gonna still have three conferences, and the Kalahari conference is currently happening here in Morocco, Rabat, with four teams, which are Al Ittihad of Egypt, Stade Malien of Mali, the home team Fuse Fat Union Sport de Rabat, and the Rivers Hoopers of Nigeria. And the expectations. Oh my God, these teams are, for me. I really thought that it would be a really tough matchup between the four teams, but it seems like the front runners are the newcomers, which are Al Ittihad, which where everyone expect them or expect Egypt to be in the first place. They are 4-0 right now, and for sure by the end of that conference they're gonna stay at the first place. The shocker is that the home team, which is Fus de Rabat, is actually struggling with those games. They couldn't get the game opener against Rivers Hoopers, which they lost, and the rematch, it was a really tough one until the last 4 minutes, where the Rivers Hoopers got two steals to finish with 5 points out of those two steals, and then seal the deal in the last minute of the game. So currently, right now, we just have Al Ittihad, which are 4-0, followed by the Rivers Hoopers with 3-1, and we just gonna see Stade Malien and Fus de Rabat for the best third place, because in that competition we're gonna take the two best third of each conference to go up with the 6 qualified teams to make the playoffs.
I have a
So
question just before you
yeah,
continue. Did you really actually believe that Fus Rabat was going to do well?
uh, personally, I stated that one of those North African team in that conference will finish either third or fourth, and I guessed it right. It was either Al Ittihad or Fus de Rabat. But for a newcomer as Al Ittihad, who is hungry to prove themselves and to prove that Egypt is one of the best country playing the game, that's what they show. So unbeatable now.
But they're not
So
even, I wouldn't even say they're new. Yes, the team, as in Al Ittihad, is newcomers, but the players on the
yeah,
team are not newcomers. They, as soon,
true.
I don't know if it was P Funk or you who was giving us the roster 2 weeks ago or whatever.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was, I was like, hold on a minute. These people came to win this competition. I don't
They
understand.
have a stacked team.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's what the coach said during one press conference. That he actually said that for sure people think that we are new, but we came to win everything. We're just gonna have one game at a time and play our best basketball, and that's what they're doing right now. And not to mention that six six players used to represent Egypt national team, so they know the system, they know how to play together. And then you had Majok Deng and Yak Deng, which are South Sudanese. So they have length, they have shooters, they have one point guards from the US, and they do have um, King, which is a former NBA player. So they know how to compose the team, and they know how to fit the different holes in that team. So yeah, yes. So people got. I think you wanted to say something.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Is it like Stade Malien? Is it the Lacoste crocodile they have there, man, on the logo? Because I was like, it is exactly like the Lacoste crocodile, right? Come on, you there? Just when you. That's one thing. That's, I mean, they changed the color, everything, but is it the Lacoste crocodile? Honestly, it is, right?
No, no. It's I don't know. It's on the side, and there are three.
Hey, my.
The three
I know
crocodiles are on
that's
the side.
okay. They're like, yeah, yeah, I know. And I was like, listen, I don't know much about Mali, but do they have? I guess they have crocodiles. The national got
Stop.
to be their national. No, for real. Listen, because listen, we got to stop with this. Come on, you can't listen. It's exact. You want to put a crocodile? Don't put the exact crocodile like Lacoste, right? It's exactly the same one.
But you know, in Africa, there's no copyright law. Everybody just
No,
does what it. Listen, go and find them and sue them. I dare
You know
you
there
to
was a
take them to
country.
court.
There was I don't know from where. I think it was from Kenya. They copied the Golden State. No, from Urun.
Urunani,
No, the
no?
Magic. Urun. No, the
Oh
Magic. The
no,
Magic. Is it
Matero,
Urunani?
Matero Magic,
Matero,
Matero.
Magic.
Matero Magic.
Yes,
Yes,
It's the
it was
Orlando
the Orlando
Magic.
Magic jersey.
yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Come and sue them. Come and find them.
The City Thunders, the City Oilers.
Oh
No,
yeah,
True,
yes, yes, yes.
true.
Like I said, go and find them. Who are you subpoenaing?
Both allowed hit of Seychelles,
Yes,
which
with
was
the
the
with
Miami
the
Heat.
Miami Heat.
I
Yeah.
know. I know. But hey, it is what it is. It was just a little.
Oh.
I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know. Since you're there, you can ask them.
Yeah,
No,
why don't
no,
you
no.
You can
ask
ask
who
them since you're
designed
there.
it?
I can guarantee
Yeah,
you guys it's not the Lacoste crocodiles because there are three and they are on the sides and they are blue.
no,
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's
I know.
no, it's the
Oh, they
same
changed
crocodile.
it.
They just changed the color.
No, no, no. They did not change the color. It's a brand new
hey,
crocodile. They have three.
but
Lucy,
it looked nice in the jersey though.
get the
Stop it.
Stade Malian logo, Lucy, and put it up so everyone can see what we're talking about.
It's three crocodiles, not one, so it's kind of
So
original.
I
Stop it.
know.
your
I'm a hater. I'm a hater.
P-Funk is
No,
looking at the
people is
logo,
a little
but
hater. But
yeah,
hey, there is something
unfortunately,
to talk about. What's going
Okay,
on with them?
they switched. They made it
yes.
to the instead of being this way, they switched to that way, and they put three.
So
There you
so
go.
it's not the Lacoste crocodile. I told you.
Okay, if we say so.
A-
I mean,
Anyway,
viewers, you're gonna see the crocodile to the left or the right of us. You make a decision and tell us in the comments: is it the
see,
Lacoste crocodile? Yes or no?
No,
That's
the
thumbs
thing is,
up or
it's just
thumbs down. That's all we need to know, guys.
it's just
it's
Pedro
not the
acting
Lacoste
like a
crocodile.
certified
I
hater. I'm
guarantee you
sorry.
guys.
It's Pedro acting like a certified hater, though. I'm sorry.
I'm not hating. It's just a
You
question.
are hating. I mean, the logo look nice. in a jersey. Like it's giving you expensive vibe, like a Lacoste. Come on,
Oh,
that
it's giving you expensive vibes. Oh,
the Lacoste
just on a
crocodile. What are you
just
talking
on a
about?
note on that. Last week we talked about when you asked the question, when is the BAL releasing merch? I actually checked. The BAL has merch for season
They
5.
did, right?
Yes,
Yes,
Yeah,
they
they
do.
but
did. I saw
the merch I wanted was the merch from the teams.
the player.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. They have BAL,
yeah,
BL, BL. Yeah,
BAL like merch, which is great. Go buy it. It all helps promote African basketball. But when are we gonna get a Rivers Hoopers t-shirt? Because some of us need that to sleep in. Okay,
yeah.
that's
Or
all.
Petro, or
Peaceful,
Petro,
peaceful.
or
Let me tell you a secret. Let me tell you a secret. You know, the week before the qualifiers,
yeah.
I don't know if it's Lucy or
Ah,
OG, but she actually made that reel about her OG talking about Nigeria. I know my Nigeria people, they're not gonna qualify, blah blah blah. I saw that reel like this week again in my For You page, out of
Shame
nowhere.
on you.
And I was smiling. Now look at her supporting
I
River
know.
Zoopers.
Shame on
hold
you.
on, hold on.
Shame on
Naija,
you, Kero.
I have never not supported you, but I have to tell the speak the truth and shame the devil. Let's
She's the
let's not
devil.
lie about stuff. We didn't have a plan, okay? You just walked up, koro koro, and just played the game and then won. There was no plan. Let's not act
So there
like
was
we knew
luck.
this was going to happen. We were all shocked and surprised. And I'm glad we won. I'm just saying, when we go to AfroBasket, can we have a plan? Can we know what we're doing?
Hold on, hold on,
That's all I'm
hold on.
asking.
Who's going?
That's why that's the one I'm just going to say to Lucy. Lucy, please retrieve that reel, post it here, and post that reaction like what she's saying right now, and then we're gonna judge.
Everybody knows I'm Ninja for life. Everybody knows. Until I get married, depending on where he's from, then I might have to switch. But for now, you guys got me. I'm on your team. Okay, we're gonna move on. Unfortunately, someone informed us at the start of the episode. Also, I have to make a correction. This is not episode 15. This is episode 16. I did not do my own homework, so I apologize. But
Oh no, you need to be on the corner. It's your turn. You
yeah,
and Drew.
shall I go
That's
sit
your
in the
turn.
corner?
Yes.
Um, the beard did not do his homework, so next week he is going to give us the league watch and tell us updates on the national leagues. But he did tell us ahead of time, so we forgive him. So we all know what time it is. Time for the quiz, baby. Get your pens out. Let's go.
No, no, no. We got to talk about March Madness.
Oh, she forgot about
Oh
it. She
yes,
talking about
sorry.
FIFA.
I apologize. We do need to talk about March
Yeah, yeah,
Madness.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Sorry, P
I mean,
Funk.
it's gonna be quick.
The floor is yours.
He's gonna be quick. Africa has two champions, two NCAA champions. One on the women's side, one on the men's side. On the women's side is a young lady from Egypt. She was a redshirt freshman last year. She didn't play due to injury. And then her name is Yana El Alfi. From she listen. That girl, she didn't play due to injury last season. This season, she didn't score a lot of points. She had 5 points a game, whatever, 5 points, 5 rebounds. But I'm anticipating her role increasing if she doesn't enter the transfer portal, because now the transfer portal is the it thing. Like there's 3,000 players on the transfer portal. But if she stays there, if she stays in Connecticut, which is a powerhouse for women's basketball, I mean, I anticipate like great things happening to that young lady going to the league, going to WNBA. But shout out to her. She did her thing. They beat South Carolina, coached by the legend Dawn Staley, yeah. And hopefully great things are gonna happen to this young lady. On the men's side, there's a Niger, Ruben Chinelu, the kid he did, like, we talking about the BAL. Kid was at the BAL.
Now she's
We
proud to
talking
be
about,
Nigerian. Sorry, Pifon, you can go on.
and then he played for NBA Academy. He played for NBA Academy. I remember the kid first. He signed with East Washington. No, Washington State. My bad. He was at Washington State last season. This season he was a UF, University of Florida. And he's a tough cookie. That kid is a monster. 6'10", 6'11", strong as an ox. And then, I mean, don't know if he's gonna stay, because now it's a trend. If they paying you $2 million to go to another school, I wouldn't stay. I'm sorry, Floyd. I gotta go. I gotta go. And so he's is another African talent that um, a lot of people were anticipating a final between him and Kamal Malwash. Unfortunately, Duke lost in the semifinal game, and then didn't happen. But and then for the stars of the future, there's one kid. One kid. He's like a lot of people don't know about Benin. Benin. This kid is. His name is Tunde Yusufu. Yusufu. He won the McDonald's All American Dunk Contest. Kid he's built like Anthony Edwards. Strong kid. I think he's gonna go to Baylor next year. If I'm not mistaken, he's gonna go to Baylor, yeah. So I anticipate another potential one and done if everything goes okay. Because McDonald's All American is the top 24 players in the States, top 24, and he beat AJ DiBonzo. He beat all these high flyers, in their own game, so to speak, dunking. So I anticipate him having a great freshman season at Baylor, and if he's a one and done, we're gonna have another African in the league. And then I wouldn't want to close without talking about an Angolan kid. He's actually in the transfer portal right now, about to pick his next stomping grounds. He played in North Carolina, not at University of North Carolina, but he played in East Carolina University, and he entered the transfer portal. His name is Ben Vungo, another Anthony Edwards lookalike, but even taller. He's like 6'7", built like a tank, jumps out the gym, shoots, complete package. So hopefully by episode 17, we would know where he's gonna attend college next, and then the rest is history. Is gonna be him. There's no handouts. He's gonna have to perform. So this is a little information about NCAA, about the young men and young women from the motherland that doing that thing in the States. Caro, back to you.
Before OG take over, I should save money for AfroBasket 2029.
Ooh, I'm telling you, it's going to be a hot one. And I just want to say, I'm really, really proud of our young people. I think we've all kind of talked about how difficult it was for Africans to be seen 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And now, and I wouldn't say it's social media, because people can say, oh, because of social media, you're able to see it. No, it's the hard work of Africans in all of these countries, whether they're at an NBA camp, whether it's the federation, whether it's the national team, whether it's their university or their school. Somebody is doing the work behind the scenes to get these young people in front of the right people. So we are seeing champions. And we should all be very, very proud of what these young people have achieved, and keep following them, keep their names in your mouth, so that we don't forget about them, and we keep promoting them, we keep sharing their stories, we keep propping them up, because if we don't do it, nobody is going to do it for us. And I want to see those young people succeed and fly high. And I want to see more and more and more. So shout out to all the people that helped those young people get to where they are, because without you, we wouldn't be here having this conversation about them. So thank you. All right, now it's time for the quiz. We should have like theme music. Lucy, inject some music here.
Who's going down? Who is going down this?
I mean, hey, I listen. I got one. I'm good.
You're happy now.
I got one.
Yeah, I got one too. I'm good with that too.
If you got one, you get another one.
Me, I'm the king of the quiz, so I keep my mouth shut.
Really?
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Okay.
I got many of them. Not one, not two, not three, not four,
not five,
not six, not seven.
Okay, for those that don't know, this is the Swish Nomads quiz. We do a quiz every week to crown the king or queen of African basketball knowledge. Last week, P Funk took the crown. I wasn't upset about it, but
it was a head-to-head. How can you lose that one?
Wow. Were you there?
People Connection tried to sabotage. I mean, I saw it.
All right.
Still losing? Oh, Pedro, shout out to you, bro.
Wow. So the format is 5 questions. There will be a bonus question, and we'll see who gets crowned this week, the king of African basketball knowledge. Let's get started. Oh, just so you know, you have 5 seconds to answer the question once the question has been asked. Please, can I see your pens at the ready, everybody? Where have we got? We got pens and paper. The beard is not prepared. Oh, I see him. I see you. Okay.
He's always ready for the
Hey,
quiz.
All right. Question number
I
1.
was born ready.
Jeez. Who who is the women's Afrobasket top scorer of all times? And once again,
No.
who is the women's Afrobasket top scorer of all time? There is a bonus point if you can get within 10 of the amount of points she has.
Oh no.
I'll take 10 this way or that way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can I see your answers? Okay. We got one there.
I know I'm wrong.
Okay. Of all time. You put Jana Otto of all time.
Hey,
Really?
I don't know. I didn't check.
Deji, I can't see your paper. Can you bring it down a bit?
Jomajan, I think I wrote it a little bit down.
Okay. Okay. The correct answer is Astou Traore from Senegal. She played 7 editions of the women's Afrobasket and
No.
accumulated 751 points.
Woo!
So
Shout out, girl.
Marcel gets 2 points. Okay.
Feedback
What about
connection
Deji?
here.
Does he have
Feedback
the
connection
point?
here.
I know.
Does he have the point?
Yes, you
Deji.
get the bonus point. No, Deji didn't put Astou Traore.
No.
No. Question 2. This one should be a very easy one. Who is
I'm out.
currently
Define easy.
who is currently leading the BAL Kalahari Conference in scoring?
Oh.
The question is who is currently leading the
But
BAL?
now how many points you don't want, right?
No, I don't need the points, just who is leading in scoring. Yes, who is leading in scoring? I'll give you guys a second. It is a bit of a tough question.
It's kind of tough.
Yo, I know. No, I know what it is. I saw it today because I was waiting. I don't know his
5,
first name though. Wait,
4,
No.
3,
I don't know his
2,
first name.
1. It is from Alitat. No, I've said that wrong. Al Ittihad, George King.
George. It was
Oh,
George. I knew.
George
come
King
on.
averaging
Another one. Let's go.
19.5 points.
I saw it today.
Sorry, I missed the what you guys wrote. What did you who wrote George
I
King?
put King.
King, yes.
Harold Vinalis.
Okay. And Cello, what did you write? Okay, so that's a point for P
You
Funk and a
right
point
there.
for Deji. Exactly. Aren't you there? Are you not watching the games? What are you doing, bro?
He's dancing.
Enjoying the Moroccan life
He's in these streets. That's what you be doing.
on the streets.
No, but
Okay.
Marcel, stop complaining. Just accept. Admit it. Admit you. What are you doing? What are you today?
Another BAL question. So
Oh,
I
come
expect
on.
everyone to
No.
get this right. How many
Yes,
teams
please.
qualify from the BAL conferences to the final round?
What? I didn't get it. What's
I
the
mean, but
question?
that's different.
So how many teams qualify from the Kalahari Safari? Wow. Sahara. Oh wait, what's the other one called? Kalahari Safari.
9.
Sahara. And then what's the one in
Sahara, and Kalahari.
Nile, that's it. How many of them will qualify for the playoffs, the final round? So that's altogether. How many teams will be in the final round, guys? It's
Oh, that's different.
that's
It's
Okay.
hard. Whoa,
Okay.
whoa, whoa.
5, 4,
Oh, no, repeat the question, please.
3.
Sorry, it's misleading. Ah.
Okay, how many teams will be in the final round of the playoffs? That's what I'm asking you. That's the simplest way of putting it.
Oh, okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me see your answers. Yes. Yes. Hey, the bid. Are you writing? I hope you're not writing. Why have you got 12 teams? How did you get that? The
Uh,
answer is 8.
Two each, and the best
And the
two
best
best
13.
third, right?
Cello actually said it in the episode.
Yeah, I know.
Jonathan, this is not going well for you.
It's a storm. The
It's
storm.
the storm. Yeah, yeah.
today is
It's
my
the
day. I
storm.
told you.
Big
I
Lol.
Rig,
told you
don't
it's not my
complain.
day.
Big Rig, we
Okay.
are
So
not
we got.
complaining.
Another question which I had that's already been mentioned in today's episode. This is great. It's like you guys were in my brain. Ruben is from Nigeria. His team just won the NCAA. Which team does he play for?
Oh, I forgot this.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Jonathan is out. Jonathan is out. I'm out.
I forget it.
I will give a bonus point if you can
Mhm.
tell me how many rebounds he got in the final. In the
In the
final.
finals,
Yeah. I'll give a bonus
I
point
mean, I
if you can
watched
tell
the
me.
game. I watched the game.
Pedro is watching the
I
game.
5,
watched the,
That's,
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
I know I don't get that one. Oh my god, this is crazy.
Let me
I don't
see.
know about the. I don't know about the rebounds.
Okay.
Oh, Florida?
Okay.
I put
Well,
Oh
Georgetown.
my God.
the
Wait.
official name of the team is the Florida
Oh, the
Gators.
Gators.
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
University.
Yes. So anyone who
Hey,
said
okay.
Florida and anyone who said Gators, I will give you a point. I'll take
yes.
that.
Nah, nah,
And
nah,
he
nah, nah,
actually
nah, nah.
got
I'm out.
5 rebounds, so nobody got
Oh,
that.
Ah, Lord.
I put 11.
But yeah, I really saw that. And the final question is because this week I've been
So
working.
what's the score? What's the score?
Well, you know,
Okay? It's been.
we've had 4
I
questions
got.
so far. So the current
I
score
think I
is
got
Jonathan
3-2.
has 0. P Funk and Deji have 3. Marcel has 4. The final
Well,
question.
how can it be 3? How can it be 3?
What do you mean?
Because I didn't have the bonus,
Yeah, you
right?
didn't get the bonus.
No,
Yeah.
but wait. I
No,
got
you
the
found
first
Josh
one
King. You found Josh King, question number 2.
Oh,
Yes.
about
please
King,
move
and then
on.
I
Yes.
found
I'm
I
sure not to
found
lose
the
today.
I'll
Move
be
on.
back.
I found yeah 3. How does he have 4 though?
Because he got the bonus question right. So in the first question, he got 2 points.
Biba.
No. The last question
I'll be
is
back.
worth 3 points.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the question?
This week I've been working on the women's Afro basket draw. I would like to know the date that women's Afro basket will be taking place in 2025. The first day and the last day.
Oh, come on.
I will give you a clue.
Pedro.
It's running from July to August.
What?
Guys, come on, man.
But you need the day.
No, not the
So
day, just the date. So like 5 to 11, so on and so forth. Wait.
how is it 3 points? What if you
5
get
to 11?
wait?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's 5 to 11.
I don't know. You've been tricking us.
Guys are killing me. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Deji,
I
if
know
you
when
don't
it starts.
find
I don't
this
know
One.
when it
one,
finishes.
if you don't, Deji, if you do not find this one,
I know when it starts. I don't know when it finishes.
I don't even
Okay.
know where it starts. I know
Guys,
that it
I
starts in
really
July.
just think you should be paying attention to women's basketball. I just want to remind you to pay attention to women's basketball. The date is the 25th of July to the 3rd of August.
Oh,
I mentioned July 24th.
Oh, so wait,
So
nobody got it right? Oh no,
I got
Jonathan got it right. Jonathan
Bro,
got it
come
right.
back, bro.
Told you I'd be,
July
told you I'd
25th.
be
I
No,
got
What a
Epic
I don't know.
engagement.
Jonathan, out of nowhere.
Okay,
So the
I
finals.
get a point at least, right?
No, because you didn't get. What do you mean? You said 25th only.
Yeah, they start 2050. At least it's okay. It's a 3-point question.
Right.
So that means if it's a 3-point question, if if I get one part, there's 2
Oh,
parts,
Pedro,
right?
you the one
Beginning
in the
and
last
the
episode.
end.
Come on now.
nah.
No, I can get partial point for listen. If
Top
Chill,
one.
it's kind
bro.
of like okay, when did World War
25th of
One
what?
whatever?
Bro, chill,
No, he
chill.
did say July 25th. I'll give him
Yeah,
that.
July 25th. Yeah, July 20.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's all, no, I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. All right, Pedro, you can have a point. I'll give you that.
Okay,
So it
Right.
means
So
I
the
got 4.
final. Oh, that
so,
means
so, so it
we
means
have a
that I should have
tie.
a point.
No.
No, it means that I should have a point because
Why?
I
What did
found
you put? What did you
I
put?
put
Yeah, he found
the closing
the
date, August 3rd.
yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have a winner. Otherwise, we would have had a tie.
Okay, so he's got to win.
Right.
Marcel number 1. I'm number 2.
Yes. And Deji and Jonathan have tied for
Deji and
third place. The beard, that's the best comeback I've ever seen.
I swear to God.
You are
No.
0 for 4. Literally,
He
if,
gave us
if
a
that
lead.
had been a 5-point answer,
He
you'd have
would've
won
won,
the
yeah.
game.
Yeah, true.
Congratulations. It's show, the
True.
beard showing again why he's that guy.
Even with a storm.
Can we just think about our little bro over there?
What? Why? Why are you
He
talking
thought he
about
was
it?
gonna win. He thought he was gonna win this time. He was mad cocky.
I mean, I feel like the question, to be fair, you guys answered a lot of the questions in the chat we had this week. So,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, listeners, that is the end of episode 16. Thank you so much for stopping by. You can follow us on all of our platforms. That's X, IG, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube at Swish Nomads. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. That's how you help share the African basketball news. I'm going to hand it over now to Deji to give us our final thought.
Shout out to Lucy.
To all my fans, since we're talking about women's Afrobasket, and then the women's Afrobasket, we know last year broke records of viewership and entertainment.
That's true.
And then we didn't have the opportunity to have both competition at the same time between men's Afrobasket and women's Afrobasket. And we knew what type of level we had from the women's Afrobasket last year. Do you think, guys, in this year's competition, women's Afrobasket will take over men's Afrobasket in terms of viewership?
That's such a
Thank
good
you so
question.
much. Angola, Petro de Luanda, Italy Lucas, Senegal in 5.
I'm done. That's the end of the episode. We're done. Goodbye, everyone.
Mic drop.